Hello and welcome to Let's Go Shopping with Bev. This show brought to you by Starflight Entertainment. Music by Dr. Bombay and the Blue Machine Band. Song title Living in Paradise. Now here's Bev.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody, and this seems so fantastic. We're in our news station. We're going to be talking about this for, I think, 10,000 years before we stop saying that. And every day we do a little bit more and add a little bit more, and where it's exciting. And one of these days, when it's all done, we'll have a little open house and people can come in and take a looky-loo. And if everybody's seen my post today on Facebook and Twitter, and you know that plane that I went out and they had the sign flying behind the plane? You know, if you didn't see the plane, let me know, okay? But anyways, as everybody knows, the first Thursday of each month, that's our entertainment show. And boy, do we got a show for you today. A really big show, yes. And sitting next to me is a very good friend of mine, and everybody's here at the station. It's Don, and he is the owner of Affordable Music Productions. And when you hear his story and his son Nathan, you're going to be shocked. But right now, Don, this is your song.
Goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it.
Thank you, Brandon. And let's say hello to Brandon, our board up. How you doing over there?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
We're doing good. Hey, it ain't raining no more.
Yeah, and we're all moving in here, and it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you, so I'm happy you're here.
Thank you. Yeah, last week on a situation came up, and I ended up running a rerun. So I'm glad that you enjoyed the rerun that we reran.
Yeah, it was it was that show where the people interviewed you.
Yes. Yeah, that one, talking about getting a roast. And so, now, without any further ado, Don, would you please tell all of our listeners the beginning of your story? When did you and Nathan start Affordable Music Productions?
Well, it goes back way before Nathan, when Nathan was probably about 8 years old. I went to a concert at the Greek Theater with some friends of mine to see the legends of rock and roll. Mm-hmm. And there was a group there that was called the Four Preps, and they were comprised at that time of the lead singer from the Diamonds, the Letterman, and two guys originals from the original Four Preps, and they just knocked everybody's socks off. They were the surprise act of the entire concert, and we met them afterwards and talked to them and said, hey, what would we have to do to put you guys in a concert? And they invited us out to lunch. We met at a restaurant in Hollywood, and they put us in touch with the Dick Clark Association, and mm-hmm. It was through that venture that we hosted them and promoted them in a concert at the Terrace Theater in Long Beach, and then that started me with my friends at the time in a concert promotion business. We went on to do several other shows as Nathan was growing up. We also had a singing group with those guys that were friends, and so after a while Nathan joined us once he was old enough to go into places where they serve alcohol, and we formed once the two partners went different directions. Nathan and I picked it up where they left off, and we started promoting shows together. And it's been really, really fun being able to work with your son. He grew up with this music. The niche that we've selected is music original artists from the 50s and 60s. Mm-hmm. So all the groups that we have in our shows have at least one original artist that was on all the big hits from back in the 50s and 60s, and these are the pioneers of the music business. business. These are the artists that future groups like the Rolling Stones and the Beatles all copied and emulated their styles and their harmonies, but these guys are still out performing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And when you said the 50s and 60s, well, the 60s, that was my era. And I'll tell you, I think that was the best era for music out of everything.
Yeah, it started, the doo-wop era went from about 55 to 63, and then in 63 the music changed with the British invasion. We had the Beach Boys, and then towards the end of the 60s it changed again into the more psychedelic type of music and folk rock. And so we saw a lot of transitioning and a lot of great music out of the 60s.
You did, and also with the Beatles.
Right.
And when I was shorter than I am now, and when we lived in Brooklyn, and the Beatles were there, and they were at Yankee Stadium. And I went, holy Toledo, you know? Excuse me, it was the Mets. I'm sorry. It was the Mets station. And so we seen those. But back then when they did music, and then with the Vietnam War and everything else, they hit every note was right there where it should have been. And I think if somebody tried to recopy that now, it would lose.
Yeah, that's why the original artists that we have and the groups that we have in our shows, people will pay to come and still see them because they are the originals and those sounds can't be duplicated. And if you look at TV commercials now on television, my goodness, it just seems like almost every commercial is using a song from back in that time period.
Yes. Yeah. And with the 60s, now I'm going to ask you a question. What are the two eras that you liked the most from music?
Well, I like the doo-wop era that went from 55 to 63, and then I kind of like the pop era that brought in basically with the Four Seasons and the Beach Boys, and then eventually the Beatles. So that was through my high school years, and that was the era of music that I liked the most. But I always loved the oldies from the 50s because that's where it all started.
It did. And back then when they sang a song, you could feel through the singing, you could feel the emotion and the excitement, you know, and everything that they put into it. And the words were so clear that you could totally understand what they're saying. Some of the songs nowadays, you know, you hear the music, but you can't understand what they're saying.
Right.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, actually, the doo-wop era featured a lot of the same styles that evolved into rap music from today. For example, some of the old doo-wop songs, you'd have a strong lead. It evolved out of a lot of the gospel music where you'd have a quartet that had the four-part harmony and you'd have a lead singer. The lead singer would be carrying those words that you could understand, but in the background you had the utterances of rhythmic utterances of nonsensical words that meant nothing other than the fact that they represented rhythm, like the shoop doo-ah doo-ah and the all the shaboom shabooms.
Yeah.
Those were literally rhythmic utterances that were vocalized in harmony that added and supported the lead line, which is a lot of folks that write about historical music will say that was the forerunner of rap. It just changed style a little bit.
And that was pretty cool. And you know that they hit it right when you see your parents and your grandparents enjoying this and learning the dances and what have you. And you look at your grandparents and you go, holy Toledo, look at, they're dancing, they're happy, you know? And I don't think anybody could ever redo that era and do it justice.
No, a lot of the old rock and roll songs that, for example, Elvis had were cha-chas, rumbas, two-steps. So when I do shows that I do singing, people are still dancing to that music with ballroom dancing because it's the kind of stuff that there's dances for.
Yes. Especially the cha-cha and the rumba and all of that. And if people really want to get very good exercise without going to a gym, get some of these old albums, put them on, find somebody to dance with, and start dancing. You enjoy that so much better, and I think you burn the calories faster than working in a gym.
Right, and a lot of people say, well, where do I go dancing? I mean, there's no place where you can do this kind of dancing anymore. And there really is. I mean, in just about every town in the country, there's a good old Elks Lodge or American Legion or Eagles Lodge or something, and they all have music on Friday nights, and they all have dance floors, and they usually represent some of the older music where couples can have a great dinner and go out and dance and have a great time.
Have a good time and get away from the television for a while.
Right.
And talking about dancing, we have Arthur Murray's dance studio right here in lovely Redlands. And I'm sorry, I don't have the phone number in my head, but tomorrow I'll put it onto the web. If there are certain dances that you all want to learn or relearn, as we should say, call Arthur Murray's Dance Studio right here in downtown Redlands. They've been there forever. We know the owners, and holy Toledo, can them people dance? Whoa. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of why the music lives on forever. It doesn't just live on to bring back memories. We selected this niche because it was the beginning. It was how it all started. On the first rock and roll bus that toured the country in 1957. Guys like Buddy Holly and David Somerville from the Diamonds would have discussions and make bets on how long they thought rock and roll would last. Maybe 6 months. No, I think maybe a year. And guess what? They birthed something that we still have today.
That's terrific. And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. And Don is with us today in person. And he is one of the owners of Affordable Music Productions. We're talking about all the musicals that they put together. And as we go in, start writing down some notes because these people really know how to put on a show. Now, also talking about this, what is the show that's coming up this weekend?
Well, we have a show August 5th, Saturday night. That's about 48 hours from now. And it's going to be at the Highlander Auditorium in Upland, California, which is located on the Upland High School campus. Great venue. There isn't a bad seat in the house. Holds 1,100 seats, and it's theater-style seating, so no seat is further away from the stage than about 100 feet. That's the furthest. So yeah, everybody gets a great seat when they come in, and it's the Legends of Doo-Wop, Soul, and Rock and Roll show. That's how we're advertising it, and there's some pop music that we're throwing in there too. We've got 4 great acts that are going to be appearing together in this show. We're going to open the show with a guy named Chris Montez. Had great hits in the early 60s. We'll maybe talk a little bit about him. I can tell you some road stories with him and the Beatles. And we have, after that, we have probably... They had one of the greatest romantic hits of all time, the Flamingos, and I Only Have Eyes for You. Okay,
that was a good song.
Yeah, and then their harmonies just soar. I mean, you just cannot believe how fantastic they are still today. And then we did something different. We couldn't get Sam Cooke, who had dozens and dozens of hits back in the early 60s because he passed away. But DNA is running strong in his youngest daughter, Carla. So we have Carla Cook that's going to be in the show, and Carla is going to pay tribute in her song with a lot of the stuff that her dad did and some stuff that she's doing now on her own. And then our closer of the show is the guy that had that hit that, I don't know, I get more phone calls for this show that said, this was the song that brought my husband and my wife together. This was the song that we sang on our wedding day. Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, done by none other than the famous Mel Carter. So he'll be closing out the show. with some fantastic pop arrangements of stuff that he recorded. And I think he's going to end the show with just the most fantastic rendition of Over the Rainbow. So,
Are you kidding?
No, and it just knocks your socks off. It's just fantastic. So, what a show! You've got these 4 fabulous acts. These acts are going to be backed by a 12-piece band. We've got all the horns. We've got everything. So it's just going to be that big band backup of our band that we have with our shows called Rocket Science. And the Rocket Science Band will be backing all of these acts. It's going to be a fantastic show. And you can buy tickets. If I can give the plug to buy the tickets.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, you can buy tickets by going to our website at affordablemusicproductions.com. We still have good seats available, and you can also call the toll-free number right now, 1-888-718-4253. And our tickets are selling fast, but you can still get a good seat, and we'd love to have you come to the show.
One more time with that phone number.
1-888-718-4253.
And on something like this, it's like you're walking back in time. And, I think it'd be kind of nice, instead of people wearing cut-off jeans and flip-flops or something, maybe dress up just a teed wet, get in that era, and I think you're going to enjoy it more. Once you dress accordingly to a certain thing, you just feel comfortable and you enjoy it, and you couldn't go boo-up. Ba-boo-ba-ba. Remember that one?
See, that's the old doo-wop backup.
The boo-up, boo-bop, right.
Yeah.
And
see, you're a future rapper.
There you go.
There you go.
And I remember my son, Thomas, when he was a little tiny munchkin, and he would walk around the house with that, and he'd go boo-up, boo-up, boo-up. He was like 3 years old, and he cracked me up. And he still does it today, and I giggle.
Yeah.
And this music, this era, never ever goes out of style, and I'm glad because now our younger generation can actually enjoy it.
Yeah, just look at the mattress commercial on TV with the lion sleeps tonight.
Yes.
A-weema wep, a-weema wep. Right.
Do
And that's
the
tokens.
I'm going to be singing this song all day long now.
It's all the old doo-wop that's coming back.
Yes. And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Let's Go Shopping with Bev right here on KCAA 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind. And I see the phone a ring-a-dinging, so we'll have to find out who's calling.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe somebody from the past. Wouldn't that be something? There it is, And so anyways, now, Don, another thing that I wanted to ask you, what are your plans for the future after this particular musical?
Okay, so the way that we do this is that in honor of the people that support our shows, our customers, we announce our next show at the show that we're doing on Saturday night. So those will be the folks that can get on their smartphones or their iPhones and right there on the spot can order tickets to our next show, which is going to be December 16th. We seem to go back and forth between two venues. One is in Upland at the Highlander Auditorium, but the one that's coming up on December 16th is going to be at the beautiful California Theater for the Performing Arts right here in San Bernardino. And the good people over there are going to allow us to present 6 doo-wop acts all in one big show. And we're going to have just one heck of a show. If you guys don't know what to buy, your friends, your lovers, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your wives, your aunts and uncles for Christmas, you want to figure out a good Christmas present, have them have the gift of music.
This is it.
December 16th at the California Theater. And we've got 6 acts that are just going to knock your socks off. And they are original groups from the 50s and 60s. Mm-hmm. And maybe I'll tell you at at the end of the show who they're going to be, because it's supposed to be a secret.
Okay, then if it's a secret, let's not mention it yet, okay? And later on, as time goes on, then we can mention it.
Yeah, those folks that come to our show on Saturday night are the ones that are going to get to buy the front row seats. You know how when you go to a concert, you first you hear about it on the radio, and hey, we're going to be having this concert, and you go to buy a ticket, and man, you're sitting 20 rows back from the stage, and they just announced the show 5 minutes ago.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
we don't do that. We announce the show to our customers first, and the people that support us get those front row seats.
That's the way it should be. And talking about the California Theater, you know all of our friends over there, Owen and everybody else. And Owen was going to be with us today, but something came up, and he couldn't be here. And now since you know about him, let's talk about him together. Now, we're talking about the historical California Theater of Performing Arts. The history of that theater goes back 75 years. That's how long it's been there. They did the black and whites. They did it where they just had the talkies with no instruments, no nothing. And the history is just totally unbelievable about that theater. And there's never a bad seat anywhere in that house.
No, it's 1,700 seats. They got some of the best seats in that place are in that balcony. I mean,
yes.
That balcony
yes.
overhangs the orchestra, like almost to to row K, if you guys want to know for sure. So the front row seats in that balcony, yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. Like you said, there is not a bad seat in that theater, and the staff that runs that place knows what they're doing. So from a promoter and a producer's perspective, from our perspective, we love doing shows there because they know what they're doing and they really treat you right.
And we're talking about the theater that's coming up on September 16th. We're going to keep on talking about this one too. It's going to be Saturday at 2 p.m. and then Saturday evening at 8 p.m. And they're having The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Wow.
Or Notre Dame, as some people say it. And it's unbelievable. Everybody knows that story of that poor person, and everything that he went through at the time. And what we're going to be doing is next week when Owen does come back, we're going to be getting into more depth. But put it on your calendar, September 16th at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. The Historical California Theater of Performing Arts, right down on 4th Street in San Bernardino. They are going to have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Is it Dame or Dame?
I think it depends upon whether it's potatoes or potatoes, whatever part of the country you hail from.
Right, or tomatoes or tomatoes.
Yeah.
Right, whoever likes to do that. And this one, if you never heard of it or seen of it, I'm going to be getting more history, and it's going to start pumping out, right in the beginning of September. That's when we're really going to plug it in. And then all you have to do for the tickets, you can call the Ticketmaster right now. And all that information will be on my website tomorrow morning. I promise everybody that. And we'll just keep everybody informed. But, yeah, it's coming up. And you're right, that theater, there is not one bad seat, no matter where you sit. One of my favorite spots is that balcony.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, even if you do it just once in your lifetime, get in that balcony, and it's a whole different feeling and rhythm and everything else from there.
There's some other little things about that theater that most people probably wouldn't know. They have a beautiful bar.
Yes, they do.
Right off of the lobby, and you can actually bring your drinks into the theater.
Yes.
And there's not many places that will allow you to do that.
The only thing you cannot do is bring your drinks in from outside.
Right.
That's a big no. You can't do that. But yes, if you buy a cocktail or a glass of wine or something, yeah, you can bring it in.
Yeah, when the lights flash that says the show's starting, you don't have to slug it down. You can bring it with you.
Yeah, chug-a-lug-a-lug-a-lug, and then you're hiccuping for the rest of the night. And Right now, the other thing I wanted to ask you, talking about the California Theater, and also with you and Nathan in your productions, affordable music productions, is there a story that you can remember that you can share between the two of you that really sticks in your mind?
Well, yeah, there was a story that took me way back in the days when I was doing this with my buddies, and we had the Barbara Mandrell show, and we did that at the Terrace Theater, and Barbara Mandrell had a son named Nathan, and Nathan,
Whoa.
my Nathan, got to play backstage with her Nathan when we were doing that show, and that was kind of neat. But I think the best story with Nathan, that he was growing up in this industry. He formed a friendship with two great singers of the era that we promote our shows with. One of those was David Somerville, the original lead singer of the Diamonds, who just passed away about a year ago. David used to come over to our house and give Nathan singing lessons.
No.
Yeah, and it was just unbelievable because he was a master of breathing. I mean, to him, the instructions to a person learning to sing was learning to breathe properly. And I remember him doing sit-ups on our living room floor for 15 minutes before he would even start singing a note, and just get conditioning himself to be able to breathe when he sang. And I mean, my son, if you've ever heard him sing, he's just a fantastic singer. Nathan's a great singer, and he learned that from David Somerville from the Diamonds. Our other story with Nathan was that in many of the shows that I did back then featured the lead singer from the Letterman.
No.
We were really good friends with Mr. Jim Pike, who was the voice of the original Letterman. And through our association with him, he's performed out in this area with his group Reunion up in Big Bear at the PAC and the Performing Arts Centers all over this area. And so Jim Pike actually came out one day after a show that he did. We all went to a place where they were having karaoke, and he actually sang karaoke with my son Nathan. We have pictures of that.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. So, that's kind of how Nathan got involved in this, because he's our CEO now, and he's the main man. Technologically, he brings so much to the table with stuff that he's learned about social media marketing and all of those things. But he grew up with this music being a part of his life, and got to rub elbows with a lot of famous people as I was promoting these shows. He got to meet them all.
That is absolutely amazing. And right now we're going to take a small break. We got to run some ads, and we will be right back. So stay tuned for part 2 of Let's Go Shopping with Bev, talking about music with Don from Affordable Music Production, California Theater, and we have a surprise at the end. So stay tuned.
The facts, all you need to know on KCAA Radio.
Hi, this is Cliff from Cliff's Pest Control. Have you had problems with pests lately? Cliff's Pest Control has been in business for over 40 years and is family owned and operated. We can take care of your general pest problems, that's the ants, spiders, all the crawling bugs, and we also can take care of your termite problems. You can reach us at 909-887-1862. That's 909-887-1862. That's Cliff's Pest Control, Inc., serving the Inland Empire for over 40 years.
Hi, my name is Don, and I work with my wife Marie. We are holistic health practitioners specializing in magnetic therapy. Got pain, get relief. We are the Got Pain people. The benefits of magnetic therapy are speed up healing time, reduce discomfort and pain, reduce inflammation, detoxify your body, help improve blood flow. Got pain, get relief. We are the Got Pain people. With MD Jar Magnetics, we can be reached at 951-743-6903. We help to relieve pain without the dangerous side effects of drugs. Some of the other benefits of biomagnetism are a safe alternative for the treatment of over 500 ailments, including cancers, chronic back pain, migraines, asthma, cysts, tumors, acne, arthritis, knee pain, sports injuries, broken bones, high blood pressure, diabetes, fibromyalgia, sciatica, multiple sclerosis, stroke recovery. It also helps reconnect the brain to the nerves. We are located in Yucaipa, and we are the Got Pain people. With MD Jar Biomagnetics, got pain, get relief. 951-743-6903. Once again, 951-743-6903.
Hello, Inland Empire. We are Fabi and Nacho, the owners of Frank and Kids Garage. Do you have an import vehicle and don't know where to have it serviced? Frank and Kids Garage Import Automotive Repair Specialist will fix your Japanese, German, or American car. We've been in San Bernardino since 1969, specializing in import autos but certified to work on most makes and models. We're located at 480 South Arrowhead in San Bernardino. Follow us on social media at Frank and Kids 2, on the web at frankandkids.com. For free estimates, call us at 909-888-0410. Se habla español.
If you own or work at a restaurant, bar, or nightclub, here's an important message to help improve your bottom line. At Starflight Entertainment, we rent professional karaoke DJ systems. The monthly cost is affordable, and Starflight systems are easy to operate. For more information, call me, Rich, or Bev at Starflight Entertainment, 909-797-7291. Starflight karaoke systems have great sound, and Starflight provides a large selection of songs, everything from the 40s to today's latest hits. We at Starflight Entertainment will supply a professional karaoke jockey, or we'll train someone for you. The Starflight system can also be used almost like a jukebox during your slower times. Starflight Entertainment has been in business since 1989, and many bars, restaurants, and clubs have been customers for up to 10 years. Starflight covers San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange, and Los Angeles counties, and we can help improve your business. So remember the name Starflight Entertainment, and remember 909-797-7291.
Starflight Entertainment.
Thank you, Inland Empire, for listening to KCAA Radio.
And we're back. And talking about being back, we have a very special person on the line. And I've been waiting for this little phone call here. And Rebecca, are you still with us? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on the show again.
You're quite welcome. And Rebecca is a very good friend of mine and everybody here at the station. And she is the owner of the Bag Ladies and Redlands. And she is such a neat lady. It's unbelievable. And this song is going to be for you.
You're so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright. And I pity any girl who isn't me tonight. I feel charming, oh so charming. It's alarming how charming I feel, and so pretty that I hardly can believe I'm real.
And that song, you know, is your song, my dear.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And talking about the Bag Ladies, what I first fell in love with is when you walk in and the layout of your shop. And when you walk in that door and some of the displays that you have up there, it blows your socks off.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind. We take good pride in that. I should say we try.
Well, you do. And could you take our listeners by the hand and walk them through your shop, please?
I would love to. Well, one of the things we pride ourselves on is being able to take a little bit of everybody's lovely closet and come together with outfits that it may suit somebody's fancy, whether they knew it or not. So when you walk in the door, you're greeted with a display of how an outfit might come together immediately. And to your left, you'd see these suits, these business suits or dress suits for church, something to catch the business eye. And as you travel down, you'll see a little more to the left, dresses for every occasion. And the formal dresses you'll find on the far wall. But in the middle of it, you'll find a rainbow of clothing, for instance, anything from blouses to sportswear onto our pants and suits. But don't forget, along the far wall, you'll also see our luggage, like Dev likes to call it, our purses, our jewelry, as well as anything that might accessorize that outfit of yours.
And it's so easy to maneuver through your shop. And I'm glad that we had a chance to talk today. You just came back from holiday. I'm glad you had time for your holiday, and everybody's good. That's nice to hear.
Yes.
And sitting next to me is Don from the Affordable Music Productions, and they put on different musicals with the eras, and they're going to be doing one here pretty soon from the 50s and 60s. And some of the clothing that you have in your shop for the females that are looking, regardless of size or the age, go to the Bag Ladies in Redlands. You're going to find that particular outfit you're looking for.
Oh, absolutely. And we've had the opportunity to dress those for different theme ideas. For instance, the 20s to the 60s, the 50s, as well as Renaissance Fair. We've been able to combine an outfit that would suit any event and any attire, and of course the opera as well as the symphony.
Yeah, and talking about the symphony, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because pretty soon they're going to be gearing up here, and I will start hearing everything about them in September, so I can let you know straight away.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, we look forward to it, as my husband does the Redlands 4th of July Band every year and the Community Bowl, so.
And you got to admit, here in Redlands, and I'm so glad that we had the opportunity to finally move here. Nothing against San Bernardino, but I'm glad we're here. And there are so many different things going on in this, they call it a city or a town, whatever you want to call it. And it's absolutely beautiful, because you can, like with Don, when he's putting on his productions, and I hear instantly three people come to my mind. You got to go here, here, and here, and you're all set. You know?
Right.
And then the symphony is right down the street from us. So, yeah, you got to come and visit our city a little bit more, Don, and snoop around and see what's going on down here.
Okay.
Okay? All right there.
I consider it a cultural hub of entertainment and just fantastic history.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And then with the holidays coming up pretty soon, we're going to have the Christmas parade and all that good stuff. So, oh, yeah, I'm getting excited now. And I wanted to ask you, Rebecca, what's new in your shop now since I think I was here like 3 weeks ago.
Well, we have a couple of new items to add to the list. Some are vintage. You'll have to imagine, I'm sure a few of you understand what a Salvatore Ferragamo.
Yes.
We have a cute little vintage piece of luggage to add to our collection.
No.
Yes, and we have some wonderful Lois Hill silver pieces, very, very high collectible items.
I am so jealous.
You'll have to come and check it out for yourself. Not to mention, we are in the process of putting the Accessory Attic together, which is our website store for the accessories and the luggage and the bags and hats and whatnot. So you'll have to get a chance to peruse that.
I know it. I can't wait. And what I do, I know a lot of people, I'm going to get in trouble for this. I know I'm going to get a lot of phone calls for this. I know it, because the last time I said it, I did. I'm the type of person, I don't like shopping online.
Right.
For clothing and stuff. I would rather go to the shop and try it on, feel it, talk to everybody. And, and there's other people there, and you can get different opinions of other people and stuff. The only thing that I buy online, and that Rich buys online, is our equipment, like our microphones and that type of, because you don't have to try them on,
That's true.
It comes in a box, and there you go. You plug it in. You know what I mean?
One size fits all with that one.
Oh, it does.
And I agree. We won't have clothes online, but we will have those items, like you say, that you don't need to try on. Because I'm with you. I think everything needs to be tried on, because they're all cut from the same cloth, but they don't seem to use the same measuring stick.
Yeah, that's true. Or they're off just ever so slightly somewhere along the line.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're looking at it, and you're kind of tilting your head, looking cockeyed, going, what's wrong with this thing?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh.
And Rebecca, would you please bump out your contact information and your phone number?
I would be happy to. You can reach the Bag Ladies at 423 East Citrus Avenue in the beautiful town of Redlands, California. Our phone number is area code 909-798-8386. 5. We are open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you may check out our website at www.bagladiesconsignment.com.
And definitely do that, folks, because there are two shops that I love the best. And Bag Lady, you're one. You know that, kid.
Thank you.
And when you go in there and the quality of the merchandise is this, you could sit here and find talk, but the thing is, go and see and feel and try it on and get to know Rebecca. I mean, she's a fantastic lady. She's crazier. I think you're about as crazy as
I'm
I
a little
am.
crazy, yes.
Yeah. I think that's why we match.
We love to try things on people, and we help you put the outfit together from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. And the last time I was in there, remember that one lady? She was going to some birthday party, and did she ended up getting that green dress?
Absolutely,
Yes.
And a pair of shoes to match. And a
Yay! I was so glad because she was making, and I was looking at the clock, and I'm going, I got to get out of here. So I'm glad that she ended up, because that was a really pretty dress.
Well, we'd love to show some more. So come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Bring your ladies, gentlemen.
Yes, and one more time, contact information.
Okay, you can. This is the Bag Ladies, located at 423 East Citrus Avenue in Redlands, California. Our phone number is 909-798-8385. And our hours of operation are Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Well, thank you for your time. And soon as I have some more free time, guess what? I'm going to be popping in.
I look forward to seeing you.
All right, and say hello to everybody for me.
I will. You too. Hi, guys. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank you. Ciao. And that is Lady to me. She is so intelligent, and we have so much fun. Her and I and Cheryl. Us three ladies, yes. Now, to get back to all of this, there's talking about music, where you need a certain item or a certain outfit to wear to a certain place, right? Even you guys like to dress up nice and, what have you. You don't want to wear jeans and flippy floppies all the time. Well, you could, but you shan't. Now, what is this thing when we were talking about karaoke? You do that, on Thursday night, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a show starting in about 3 hours, and I do that at a upscale Italian restaurant called Antonino's in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Our shows run from 6:30 to 10:30 every Thursday night. And we have, it's a very classy atmosphere, and we have great singers. So it's not like some karaoke shows. It's like taking your fingernails across the blackboard,
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of drinks in order to be able to handle that, But at our shows, I'd say 90% of our singers are very excellent. You've been to our show.
Yes.
And I think you can attest to that. So I do that on Thursday night just for fun.
For fun. And their food is so good. I told Alan, one of my dearest friends, Alan Borgen from Let's Dine Out, I told him about that place. And when he has time, he's going to pop in and try their food.
Yeah, that's great. They have fantastic menu, and they also have food bar specials for karaoke night.
Mm-hmm. And it's a fun place, and it's where you can go, and it's people our ages and some a little younger, you know what I mean? And you can just actually relax, take that deep breath, and enjoy yourself. We can take off our suit jackets.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and it's a fun place. And bump out their address and phone number one more time.
Well, I don't know the address offhand because my card just automatically takes me there. But
your card does that too?
Yeah, it does. It's one of the no, not really. But anyway, it's on the northeast corner of Vineyard Avenue and Foothill Boulevard in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, right behind the historic winery that sits there on the corner. And there's a soup plantation in there and a CVS pharmacy. So if you get to that corner, just go towards the back, and Antonino's is there, and you'll have a great time.
Oh, you will. Guaranteed you will. And it's very high class. The food is delicious. The service is impeccable, and you can just relax and have a good time. And there are, our generation and a little bit younger. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're gonna have a good time. But get there early so you can get a table. Okay? You can't wait until 9 o'clock, walk in and expect a table, because that ain't going to happen unless you bring your own folding chair. You could do that. And then also talking about things, different places, right? Like we just talked to Rebecca at the Bag Ladies. Now, you want, even for the guys, this goes for you guys too, you want a nice haircut. You want something new to really, because you like to spruce up and get happy, and you like it when you walk into a place and people turn and they stare at you. It makes you feel good, right?
Right.
Okay, what are you going to do with your hair?
What am I going to do with my hair?
Yeah, what are you going to do with your hair?
I can count the hairs.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the 14 hairs on this side of my head, I'm going to kind of sweep them back, and for the 14 hairs on this side of my head, I'm going to sweep them back, and I'll have 28 good hairs that'll be going straight back, just like Jack Nicholson. How's that?
There you go. But if you want to spruce it up just a teed wet, maybe use a little curl in it or something.
Oh, no,
you
no.
know.
If I used a curling iron, it would look a little weird.
No, I think you'd look fabulous. Now, while we're talking about this, do you want the best haircut in town where you do not need an appointment? You want to hear about it?
Oh, yes.
Or do you want me to keep it a secret?
Pray tell, I know I'm going to hear about it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you anyways. Right? Fantastic Sam's. I have been going to them, and half of this country have been going, well, maybe more than half of this country have been going for them for years. They do the cuts, any kind of cut you want, the different colors, the different styles. You don't need an appointment. You can walk in. You explain to them what you're looking for. You can look through their catalogs to pick it out. They can really help you, and they do from the smallest little munchkin up to the biggest, tallest munchkin. Well, everybody's taller than I am, so, but, big people. And you can do that, and they will even give you tips on your makeup to go with your style on your new hairdo. So you got a new outfit, you got a good piece of luggage, you got comfortable shoes, you got a brand new hairdo on it, you got your makeup redone, and then you can go out on the town. And with this big event coming up here from Affordable Music Production is
The Legends of Doo-Wop Soul and Rock and Roll Show, Saturday night, August 5th, starting at 7 p.m. at the Highlander Auditorium in Upland, California.
There you go. And then also remember on the 16th of September at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. at the Historical California Theater of Performing Arts. Yes. I started saying arch. I'm getting hungry. I was thinking of hamburgers. Arts. And they are going to have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And that's coming up. And you guys are going to be playing there too pretty soon.
Yep. Our next show is going to be December 16th at the California Theater for Performing Arts.
Thank you. And I'm glad you didn't say arch again.
Oh, now do you want me to give the phone number to buy tickets one last time?
I think that would be an absolutely marvelous idea.
Okay, to buy tickets to our show coming up Saturday night with Mel Carter, Carla Cook, Chris Montez, and the wonderful Flamingos. 1-888-718-4253. Again, 1-888-718-4253.
And when he said flamingos, no, they're not the birds. Okay? So don't worry that you're going to see big birds walking around on stage.
No, they're not birds. But boy, that I Only Have Eyes for You was a classic hit.
That was. And, it's really nice. And then also talking about music, right? And for our young adults and our children and even old adults, and you want to learn how to play an instrument, like a guitar, a piano, drums, anything that you can think of, go down to San Bernardino on E Street to Bertram's Music. They have been there forever, and you can rent out. They have classes. you can rent out their instruments. And for the children and the young adults that are learning in school, they can rent out the instruments from them for their classes.
Now, did they move from Highland Avenue to the address that you gave me?
Yes, it was Highland Avenue. I'm sorry I made a booby. That's my fault. That's my booby of the year. I think I said that about 40 times already. Yeah, but it's on Highland Avenue and San Bernardino. And we've been knowing that whole family for years and years and years. And it's absolutely, we did the inside of the building, absolutely fabulous.
That's where I bought my guitar from.
Really?
Yes, I did.
No kidding.
Yeah, and a lot of karaoke stuff. When karaoke stores were big, I bought my first set of DKG karaoke discs from Bertrand's.
No way.
Yes, I did.
Boy, what are you following me in my footsteps?
There you go.
Yeah, because also we do that with Starflight Entertainment. And so, it's really ironic when you think about it. What a small world we live in. You talk about one person or one thing, and everybody that you know or get to know is somewhat involved in this one big circle. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And then Brandon, really quick, I'm going to put you on my spot. Brandon is my board up, my fantastic guy. What is your kind of favorite music?
Oh, man, that really is putting me on the spot.
Or what era?
It's just for casual listening, it's probably Simon and Garfunkel era.
Oh, you got it.
That's probably it. Just for casual listening, but
Actually, Simon and Garfunkel recorded "I Only Have Eyes for You," and then they did a remake of that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Brandon?
no. I just remember my mom listening to them when I was a little kid.
Well, I always like Simon and Garfunkel, and it's so calming, and you can really understand the words and so on and so on. And they have some really good songs.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Yeah,
do.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard. I'm sorry I put you on the spot. I should have gave you a heads up. I was going to ask you this question, but it just crossed my mind. You know what I mean? And now up to date into this era now, do you have a certain group that you like the best or a certain song?
From today?
Yeah.
I don't.
No? Okay. Yeah, mine is okay. Well, to tell you the truth, guys, my favorite music of all time, besides the oldies back in the 60s, all right? It's not that old. We're only babies right now, right? Is jazz. Jazz has always been my favorite out of everything. You too, huh?
Oh, no, I was giving you the two.
Oh, I thought you were giving me the peace sign from back in the 60s. Yeah. Peace, baby, Yeah, and all of this good information will be on Facebook tomorrow morning. Sometime in the morning it will be there. And next week, we will inform you more about the California Theater Performing Arts. We'll let you know what happens this weekend with Affordable Music Productions and everything that you guys have gone through. One more time, bump out what's coming up.
Yeah, August 5th. That's this coming Saturday night at the Highlander Auditorium. We have the Legends of Doo-Wop, Soul, and Rock and Roll show featuring Mel Carter, Carla Cook, which is Sam Cooke's daughter. We've got the wonderful, fantastic Flamingos, and Chris Montez will be opening our show, and it's going to be a fantastic show.
It will be, and I just got the finger from Brandon. Remember that lady that called and she was so upset when I said he gave me the finger? He gives me one finger. That means we have 1 minute. Okay, that's what that means. And Don, thank you so much for being on. One more time, the plug and phone number for you.
Yes, to buy tickets to that show, and we still have good tickets available, 1-888-718-4253. Or if you want to see a seating chart and pick out your own seats, go to our website, www.affordablemusicproductions.com.
And thank you, Rebecca from the Bag Lady. When you're looking for a new outfit this weekend, go to her. She's right down here in Redlands. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week, same time, same station. Ciao.